Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Lakshay Naidu here, and I'll be doing a full day of eating for you guys today. Show you guys absolutely everything that I eat from start to finish. Now my first meal that I'm gonna have is my pre-workout meal. I'm gonna have this and I'm gonna go train in about 2 hours. So I have 50 grams of soy and almond protein oats. I have a cup of chocolate almond milk and a tablespoon of peanut butter. Now, if you know me, you know that I am a big fan of chocolate almond milk. I always use chocolate almond milk. I'm not the biggest fan of almond milk by itself, but chocolate almond milk is my favorite thing ever. I try to stay away from soy milk just because I try to limit my soy products as much as I can, just because how processed it is and it doesn't sit well with my stomach. So I stick to oat milk or almond milk. Super easy, super digestible, and I've actually learned the hard way that my body prefers having light, easy foods before training rather than heavy, calorically dense foods right before training. The macros for this meal are 18 grams of protein, 42 grams of carbs, and 20 grams of fat, which isn't too much, perfect for me when I'm training. Every day I try to be as accurate as I can, and I know that I'm never going to be 100% accurate, but it's all about being consistent and being as accurate as you can. And it just gives me a peace of mind knowing that I am being as accurate as I possibly can. So I like to measure everything, even a tablespoon, because there's so many fluctuations that can happen. So when a serving size says 1 tablespoon, I prefer to just actually measure it out. I'm going to eat this in an hour's time. I'm going to have a pre-workout poop, and I'm going to go head to the gym in 2 hours from now. So I'll see you guys in my next meal. So I'm just about to head to the gym. Now, if you've seen my videos on my video on pre-workout, you would know that I am not a fan of dry scooping. The reason being is I want to force as much water as I can. Like whenever there's an opportunity for me to drink water, I want to take advantage of the opportunity. So if I fill up my pre-workout shaker the whole way up till here, and then I put my pre-workout scoops in here, I am forced to drink the whole thing for me to get the pre-workout. And I know that I have to finish this off before I start training, and it's going to taste good. This is the pre-workout that I'm using now. It's a non-stim pre-workout, so it means it has no caffeine, but it's going to taste good. You're just going to enjoy drinking water so much more. So why would you dry scoop if you can just drink nice tasting water? It's going to have an added benefit of keep making you more hydrated for the gym. So 2 scoops is 1 serve for this, so I'm going to do maybe a scoop and a half. And of course, I've talked about this before, but the only supplement that works, apart from pre-workout, the only actual supplement that works is creatine. So I tell everyone to get on creatine. If you want to build muscle, get on creatine. None of these other supplements do jack shit. They don't do anything. It's just a marketing gimmick. So if you could just have one supplement, take creatine, because creatine actually works. A scoop is 3 grams, but I need 5 grams. So I'm going to do a scoop and just a little bit more. That's my pre-workout shake done. So I highly recommend, if you're taking pre-workout, always mix it in a shaker. Don't dry scoop, because you want to stay more hydrated. You don't want to take water out. You want to bring water in. Whenever there's an opportunity for you to bring water in, bring it in. So this is my shake, and it looks nice. Like I want to drink this. This is my daily water jug, 2-liter water jug. And what I love doing in my water is adding sugar-free cordial, because it just makes the water taste so much better. It's barely any calories, and it doesn't force me, but it encourages me. I feel like drinking more water when it tastes good. And of course you can add in lime, lemon, fruits, whatever you want, but it's called Diet Right, and it's apple strawberry cordial. I'm just going to put it in until the color looks nice enough for me. That tastes so much better, and I actually feel like drinking this a lot more than just normal water. So these are just little hacks that I find in my day to just get in more water. I have my water and my pre-workout ready to go, and I'm gonna go train, and I'll see you guys for my next meal. So after I finished working out, I came home and I made a protein smoothie. I used a tablespoon of ground flax meal seeds. I used a tablespoon of chia seeds and also a serving of PB powder, which is peanut butter powder, and a scoop of my favorite protein powder. Next, I took soy bread and I made Vegemite and Nutella-X spread. So if you don't know what Vegemite is, in Australia, it's a spread that we get, and I love Vegemite. It tastes so good. And this whole meal came out to be 64 grams of protein. If you've never had Vegemite before, I highly recommend you try it. It's not for everyone, but I really like it. It is one of my favorite things. So after that, for a snack, I was feeling a bit hungry. One of my favorite snacks to have is miso soup. So I used this white miso paste and just mix a tablespoon of that with around 180 milliliters of water and mixed it together, and that's it. That's easy little miso soup, and I had that, and especially during the cold weather, it is so nice. After that, after a while, I made pasta. I started off with a bit of water in a pot. I added some onions, 1 capsicum, around 100 grams of mushrooms, and just stirred it through. Some salt, some pepper, some chopped tomatoes, sorry, and then mixed it together. Some Italian herbs, some beef stock powder, vegan of course, around a teaspoon of it. I then cooked up wholemeal spirals and used 2 servings, and I just split this whole meal into 2. So 1 serving of spiral pasta and mixed it together, and that's it. Quick little meal, not the highest in protein, but I needed to get more carbs in, so this was perfect for that. After that, for my last meal, I measured out 2 servings of rice, which is 370 grams cooked. And if you haven't seen my nut meat curry, vegan minced curry video, I'll have it linked below. I had leftovers in the fridge and I just used that, and this was my last meal. Really filling, high volume. So as you guys saw in my last meal, it was a pretty big meal, and that was my last meal, and that finishes off my food for the day. And that's usually my full day of eating. And although I ate 3 big meals, it's not always like that. Sometimes I feel like eating 4 meals, sometimes even 5 meals, but it's always a minimum of 3 meals because it's just a big volume of food to fit in 2 meals. So I like eating a minimum of 3 meals, and that's usually the kind of foods I eat every day. And it's such a big volume of food, it keeps me full. Even on a cut, I feel really full, so it doesn't even feel like I'm cutting. But on the negative side, it's a lot of food to eat, and although there are ways to get around that, I always love experimenting with different foods, calorically dense foods, so I'm eating more calories but less volume. Like nuts has a lot of calories for it's really calorically dense. Nuts, seeds are really calorically dense, so if I feel like I can't eat that much on a particular day, I would just add in more nuts, more seeds. Like sunflower seeds has 200 calories per serving, and you put it in your smoothie, you don't even realize you're consuming that. So it all depends on the kind of day it is, what I'm feeling like, but that's my usual full day of eating. And let's have a look at the kind of macros that I hit. We ended up hitting 166 grams of protein, which is pretty good. I try to aim for around 150 grams of protein, 150 to 160. You don't need 166 grams of protein. It's good that I hit that much. It's not a bad thing, but honestly, it doesn't make a difference at all. It's 1.6 grams your body weight in kilos. So you don't need anything more than 1.6 times your body weight in kilos. That's what the latest science has told us. That's really easy to hit. I don't usually worry that much about protein, even as a vegan, because I know the kind of foods that I choose to eat. I'm gonna hit 150 grams of protein. You eat a wide variety of food, you know you're gonna hit your protein goals. Just make sure you have protein in every single meal. Carbohydrates, we hit 281 grams, 44 grams of fiber, 50 grams of sugar, 74 grams of fat. So the main things: 166 grams of protein, 281 grams of carbs, and 74 grams of fat. Now, carbs and fat, I'm not really particular about. I need to hit this much protein, this much carbs, or this much fat, because all I look at is calories. And some days I feel like having more fat. Like on days where I don't feel like eating that much, I add in more fat, like sunflower seeds, different nuts. And some day when I'm on the days that I feel like eating a lot of food, I bring down my fats and just increase my carbs. So it just depends on what I feel like. Carbs and fat, you can play around with them, and as long as you're staying in your caloric limit, as long as you're hitting your caloric goals, that's all that matters. So carbs and fat, I'm not too bothered about. Even protein, I know that I'm gonna hit that much protein. So all I look at, end of the day, is the calories. So my calorie goal is around 2500, 2600 right now, which is still, it's a lot of food even on a cut, but it makes me satiated. I'm happy with that. I've showed you guys everything that I eat. One thing that I haven't shown you guys is the supplements that I usually take. In my opinion, the most important supplements for me are magnesium. I take magnesium every day, and vitamin D3. And also I supplement with B12, which in my room, but vitamin B, vitamin D, and magnesium. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video right here. I really hope this whole video helps you guys. If you guys want to see more of this, please leave a comment down below. Like this video, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you.